This video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make these two beautiful cards. So we're going to make this card. I'm going to show you how to make this sentiment. So how we use the JND 558 bold wishes, how we can make different sentiments using them. So with an outside line or set in, or with this beautiful glitter on there. We'll also be showing you how I colour and make up the small slimline poinsettia. So let's see how these sentiments are made. So to make this beautiful, simple Christmas card with the beautiful Christmas wishes, we're going to use the brand new JND 558 Bold Wishes. We're also going to be using the JND 533 Slimline Poinsettia, both new from the John Next Door 2025 Chapter 2 Christmas collection. And the Christmas Wishes is different than the previous one. It has this beautiful scripted Christmas, but then it has this absolutely beautiful bold wishes. And these are separate letters, so you can use it as we have done in this one, where we sort of glitter them in, or you can put them in separately. There's lots of different ways to use this one. So watch a couple of the other videos to see the different techniques. But to start with on this, we're just going to use the Christmas Wishes itself. So I've got a strip of our Christmas red card here, and this has been cut to 2 inches by 5.5 inches. And all I want to do is to pop the Christmas Wishes die, just the inside of over here towards the left hand side of that strip of card, and then we simply run that through our die cutting machine. So that's actually been cut, and if you're careful, when you lift it off, the pieces will stay within the piece of card that you've got. And what we want to actually do on this one is you want to pop out first of all of the wishes, and you can use those on another project. So I'm just taking all of those letters individually out. Just take a little bit of time. You can just drop them onto the mat and then move your card is probably a quicker way to do it. So I'm going to pop those to one side, and I'll use those on a different project. And then what I've got is a piece of our double-sided adhesive. This has been stuck down just a scrap of white card. You can see it's a scrap here. It's got some stamping, badly stamped images on the back of it. And I've made this just that little bit smaller. So I've made this so that it's about 1/8 of an inch smaller than the main piece. And what I want to do is to simply take the Christmas Wishes, and I want to drop this on top. And I want to make sure I push in and down the 3 little insert pieces. So you have the piece on the H, the piece on the S, and the piece on the A. And I then want to gently remove the Christmas. And again, we will use this on another project, but that just leaves it all in place. So I now have my Christmas Wishes that I can use separately. And I'll show you how we can do that at the end of this video. But there we have our Christmas Wishes. So what I've done now is I've simply cut the same sentiment out in gold. And I'm just going to drop that carefully back into the space. Because it's on double-sided adhesive, it just sticks straight down. And we'll take our little dot for our eye, and we'll pop that in. So we've got our Christmas and then our wishes in white. But I want to glitter this up. I want to really make it celebratory and Christmassy. So I just take a scrap of card, and I'm going to use our fabulous Crystal Snow. And this is a wonderful product that we've done for a couple of years. It's been out of stock for well over a year, and it's just coming back into stock. And this time what we've done is we've put it into a plastic bag so that it's a lot lighter weight for you. And all I want to do is to push that in. And this is made of shards of recycled plastic. And what that means is the original version of this that was made in America quite a few years ago was actually made of glass. You can now buy, again, the glass version. And the glass version is over £80. Whereas this one is obviously not even 1/10 of that price. What I tend to do, to be honest, is to decant it into one of my pots. So I do tend to decant it into one of the pots. I'm showing you in the bag so that you can actually see how it arrives. But you can see there, we keep that beautiful white. But how much does that Wishes sparkle? Far more than anything I've ever seen before. So there is our placement made. So it's quite simple now to put our card together. I've just got here a simple 6x6. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 by 6.5. And I've put on a panel of white at 6x6 and a panel of red. And I've simply embossed a panel that's 5 3/4 inches square onto the beautiful retro snowflake 3D embossing folder. And to bring the gold out, I've added in the center of each snowflake a little gold gem with a beautiful Craft 2 stick-on gems. And then I've got my sentiment. We're going to pop that across. It's a very bold, beautiful card. So a little bit of foam tape, just run it along the back. And I just need 2 strips. It doesn't need to go everywhere on this one. Just like that. And I'm going to put this down towards the bottom of this card. And it's exactly the same. There we go. Size. So you can see there we've got our beautiful Christmas wishes. And then to add on to this, I've made up a few of the beautiful slimline poinsettia. So I've made these up using white and a little gold gem in the center. And to show you how to do these, I've got a large one here. So these come in so many, these actually come in 5 different sizes. To give you the board, they come in 5 different sizes from the board. So you get 3 large, 2 medium, 2 small, 3 mini, and then 10 tiny ones. Just absolutely beautiful. And to colour these, I'm simply going to take a little bit of a red ink. I'm using our Fusion Christmas Red, and I've got one of the little handheld daubers, but you could use a beautiful, you could use one of the finger daubers on this in the same way. And I'm just going and colouring in the middle, and then colouring each little petal on the end. And these have been designed with a cut line through them, so this is brand new. We've never done a poinsettia with a cut line. It's so easy to fold up and make beautifully directional. And we simply then just add a gold gem into the center, and then I'm just going to add those onto my card really simply, really easily. And I'm just going to use a little bit 3D glue gel in a syringe, just so that I can get them exactly where I want to. They stick straight away. I find sticking flowers on even smaller ones is very easy using the syringe. So just using 3 of the large, 2 of the small, or 2 of the medium. I'm going to use 2 of the smaller size. And my gem here has moved, so just pop that in the right place. Best thing to do with your gems is to use a little bit of glue glaze in the center as well. Then I've got a couple of the next size down, just so we keep that lovely little stream of poinsettias on there. A very subtle Christmas card with lots of depth, dimension and movement, but in beautiful red and gold, and those beautiful flowers on it. So that's our card made. I'm now going to show you how we can use the pieces left over from making that sentiment. So to use the leftover pieces, I'm now going to use the Bold Wishes. So I'm going to use the Bold Wishes outline die this time, and I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to drop the Christmas wishes inside there nice and even. So let's take that other tape away, make sure we've got this nice and put together well. That's once I'm happy that that's matching, I'm going to run that through and cut that. So that's now cut, so we can see here I've got my Christmas wishes. What I want to do is to take just the backer on its own, and again add that to plain white card, so exactly the same colour as I've done the front, and cut an additional back. So I'm just going to cut that. So my back is cut. And what I'm going to do then is just to pop again all of this out. So I'm going to take the whole Christmas out so I can use that again for another project. I'm going to take the wishes out. So this will be the start of a reverse version again. So each time you make this, you're making yourself another one to start again with. So we've got all of those out. Nice and simple. I'm then going to take this panel here and I'm going to add some spray glue to the front of this. And that's the easiest way I've found to do this. But you can, of course, use double-sided adhesive if you want to. So I'm going to drop my wishes onto my backing. And it's easier, it's a lot easier to do this in the air than it is to do it down flat, certainly once you've got a little bit of spray glue onto there. So let's take our Christmas and we simply drop that back in. And then we take our wishes, and this gives you the perfect positioning of those because again, we're dropping them back in, but it gives you a beautiful professional finish because every single little bit of it is chamfered. So it looks as if you've not only cut the actual sentiment, you've actually embossed it as well because they've all curl beautifully. And thankfully, don't worry, the S's are the same on both ones, so you don't have to make sure which S is right and which S is wrong. There we go, just like that. Drop it in. Now if you can't find and you don't want to cut the little dot again for the red, which I happen to, about a lot of times I lose that, just use a gem. So just use a gem, which gives it a beautiful little finish just there. So there is our little Christmas wishes tag. So to bring our original card back in, we could just drop that on like that. So it gives you a totally different way to make your little finish. So that's using the brand new Christmas wishes, and 2 ways to use it. There's many more ways to use this die. For more ideas, hints, tips and inspiration, why not visit the Crafting with John Next Door group or join John Next Door official page on Facebook. Enjoy.